So we had a very early start for our travel day to Mexico. We woke up at about 6 and then I got ready and separated all my liquids ready to take on the plane so we would be through security a little bit quicker. And then I got ready to head to the airport. We had such a nice view in the hotel room. We stayed at the Block Hotel and we could literally see the runway. So once we made it through security, we headed to the #1 lounge. It's probably one of my favourite airport lounges. The food there's so nice. Like, we had a full English breakfast, pastries, pancakes. We're currently in the one lounge and we've been in there for an hour. I think we've got another hour to go till we board. I've had like breakfast and I'm gonna come back and get some more pancakes because they're really good. So they've just called our boarding group. We're gate 13 and we're gonna head off now. I still have one pancake left, so I'm gonna eat it really quickly. So we're currently on our way to the gate and the plane takes off in 20 minutes. We kind of overestimated how long we'd take in the lounge. So we're running. Luckily we had priority boarding, so we skipped the queue and we're actually not too far behind the front of the line, so we're okay. So as soon as we got on the plane, they gave us some champagne and then I decided to watch Despicable Me 4. They then brought us a snack and a drink before the menu and then they brought the main meal. So I had a grain salad, a black forest gâteau and then some crackers and cheese, and for my main I had butternut squash tortellini, which was so nice, and a roll and then another drink. So they then brought around some more snacks, which I ate whilst I did some uni work and watched the Paris Hilton documentary, which in total I watched 7 hours of. It was so interesting. Around 2 hours before we landed, they brought our second meal, which I had a tofu curry, passion fruit and mango mousse and a roll, and it was so nice how they had multiple vegetarian options to choose from. We just waited about 2 hours for our cases. We finally have them all. That was the most stressful experience I've ever had. We just got outside, it was absolutely boiling. So once we arrived at the hotel, they gave us wristbands, which are our room keys, and a cocktail, and then we got taken to our room, which is probably one of the nicest hotel rooms that I've ever stayed in. It was just so nice and our view was absolutely amazing. We could see the ocean and the rest of the resort, and there was a hot tub on the balcony. I woke up around 4 AM on our first morning in Mexico and saw the most beautiful sunrise. It was such a lovely view. So we're currently on our way to reserve sunbeds because it's already getting busy at Sunday. So after we put the towels down, I got my first real look around the hotel, and genuinely it was the most beautiful hotel I've stayed in. It was so pretty. And then we headed off to breakfast and the food was amazing. So today's our first day at the hotel. It is so pretty with the sun up. We only saw it in the dark when we checked in last night. We got here around 8 PM. I just got back from breakfast and then there was like a smoothie bar. I had a pineapple, strawberry and banana and coconut milk smoothie. It was amazing. I think I had eggs benedict, like all the English breakfast type of stuff, but it was so good. It was so nice. And the staff here so far have all been lovely. I'm just about to get changed ready to go to the pool, but first I think we might go and do beach yoga, which I saw in the itinerary for today. And I know I'm backlit right now, but the view was just too pretty not to put the camera this way around. So when we checked in, we got these, I just thought they were bracelets to show we had the all-inclusive package, but that's actually, this little wooden thing is our room key, which I thought was really cool. Our sunbeds we reserved are basically right there. There's some sunbeds. We're going to be in that section because it's near the infinity pool and we can also see the beach from there, which is lovely. So around 10 AM we headed off for beach yoga, which it was such a nice location. I've never done yoga on a beach before. So we just finished the beach yoga and I'm going to go back to the room to put on my swimming costume and head to the pool. So I just wet my hair in the hotel room because I wanted to go more blonde in the sun, and now I'm heading back to the pool. I spent ages when we were at the pool laughing at this underwater spin class. It was so strange. I just got back from the pool and I'm about to go get changed because we're going to go for lunch at like a somewhat more formal restaurant right on the front of the beach, and I'm really excited. I'm just going to wear these shorts and then I have my matching top that I'm just going to put on, and I'm going to dry my hair because it's still a little bit wet from the pool and very pretty. So I just got changed and I'm going to head off to lunch. Should be in the room for 20 minutes, but it's so nice and cold. I forgot how hot it was out here without the AC. This was maybe one of my favourite restaurants at the resort because you could literally see the ocean from your table. Like, I've never done that before. And the food here was amazing. The salads were so good. There was really nice guacamole and pico de gallo every meal, and the desserts here were my favourite by far. So after lunch I had a pina colada at the pool and then headed back to the room to study before we headed off for dinner. So tonight we went to the Steakhouse. I'm not going to try to even attempt the pronunciation of the name. We've just gone for dinner at the Steakhouse. The restaurant is absolutely massive. I'm very happy because they have 2 burgers. For my starter I had some fried onions, and then my main I had a vegan burger and I had a hot brownie. The rest of my family have gone to go and watch a Michael Jackson tribute act, but I had some work to do so I came back to the room. I don't know if you can see, that's the screen just there that I think is behind it. I can hear it from here anyway. I just decided to come and sit out on the little day bed on the balcony because it's still pretty warm outside. And I mean, this is my view. I've got the chairs, I've got my hotel slippers, I've got the hot tub, which I don't really want to go in right now. I'm on the day bed, but I put out a towel so that it doesn't get wet. And yeah, there is my view. Oh my god, there's fireworks. And lasers. Wait, what is this? Wait, I'm actually going to see what's going on. What is this? No joke, there's like lasers and all sorts. This is my second day in Mexico. I woke up really early to watch the sunrise. It was so beautiful. And then we headed down to breakfast. The food at the hotel was always so lovely. And then once we finished our breakfast, I headed down to the beach. So I'm currently just walking to the beach. It is so sunny, I'm struggling to open my eyes. I've had to put the sunglasses on because I'm genuinely struggling to keep my eyes open because it's so sunny. I've almost got to the front of the beach and the view is actually crazy right now. Like, all the palm trees are so beautiful. So I sat on the beach for literal hours because the weather was so perfect today. And I obviously had to get another pina colada because they're all inclusive. And then I read at the beach for a little bit. And I saw these little lizards on the way to lunch. At lunch I had this, I think it was hibiscus juice. Honestly, it was amazing. So was the food as usual. And then I headed back to the pool. So we just finished lunch and I'm heading off to the pool. And there was a foam party for about 20 minutes ago, so I hope they cleared up the foam so I don't have to deal with the aftermath of that. After spending literally the rest of the day at the pool, I got ready for dinner. We're just on our way to dinner at the Kabuki restaurant and I'm really excited. This restaurant was so pretty and the food was actually amazing. And I'm not even a fan of spring rolls, but these ones were genuinely the best I've ever had. So was the sushi. Trying for a solid 15 minutes to pick up a piece of sushi with chopsticks. We've had no successful attempts so far.
Shove it in, no. Just shove it in. Chew it.
There's nothing spicy.
Chew it. What's it? It's eating one grain at a time.
You forgot how to hold the line. So we just got back from dinner and it was actually so nice. They had vegan sushi, which I could have, which I didn't see on the menu. When I got there they told me there was vegan sushi, which was great. And I had shiitake mushrooms, so good. And I had like broccoli and beans with them. And I don't even like spring rolls, but the spring rolls here were so nice. I also had 2 desserts. I had this, it was like a matcha cake dessert thing on top of a matcha cookie, and I love matcha cookies, and this matcha thing was so good too. And then I also had pear cake. It was like this little rectangular like sponge cake with a piece of pear on top, and it was really nice. There's a Mexican wrestling show on, but I'm not a fan of violence, so I decided to come back to the room and try and crack on a little bit with my uni work. because then it means if I just get it done in the evenings, I can spend the whole days in the sun rather than spending them in here. Also, there were 2 weddings here today. Clearly a really popular place to have weddings, which I never knew. Like, there were literally 2 on at the same time today, one on the beach and one by the pool. But I think they brought some pretty cool videos because we saw drones flying around taking their photos. Welcome to my 3rd day in Cancun. So we went down for breakfast. Again, as usual, it was amazing. It was so sunny and so warm. So I just went to the gift shop and got this little pink dolphin, and me and Zav have been collecting shot glasses every time we go on holiday, so I bought us matching pink and blue glasses. So I just dropped the shopping off to the room, and now I'm heading down to the beach because it looks really sunny at the moment. I just got changed after going to the pool and we're heading to lunch at the beach. And my sunburn on my shoulders is pretty bad, like it really stinks. But yeah, I basically just drowned myself in the after sun. I'm just covered right now, and I'm just hoping that the aircon at lunch combined with the after sun will cool down the burn a little bit. For lunch we went to Ma House, which I found to be the best lunch location by far. They had a crazy amount of options. I was also just obsessed with the ocean view with the palm trees. I just got ready for dinner and we're going to the Italian restaurant today, and I'm really excited because I can't wait to have some pizza or maybe some pasta, I don't know. Honestly, they both look so good. I kind of want to come here again so I can have pasta one night, pizza another night, and probably a tiramisu. And I'm wearing long sleeves to cover the sunburn. Of course, I had to do a quick outfit check before dinner, and then we headed down to the Italian restaurant, which I thought was decorated so nicely. I loved it. This restaurant had the biggest menu in the resort, and I had a pizza and a tiramisu, and it was amazing. This is my 4th day in Mexico. I woke up fairly early to study before we went down to breakfast. The pastries were so good, and I had a mushroom eggs benedict. We just got back from breakfast and it was so good, but I'm gonna get changed and I think I'm gonna head to the beach and then maybe to the pool a bit after. This was me just walking to the beach through the resort, and I love the beach cabanas with the umbrellas. Then I went back to the room to study for a bit before lunch because I am in the middle of exam season. I'm just waiting for my parents to come to lunch. I thought they were in the restaurant already, but it turns out they weren't, so I'm basically just sat in the chairs outside. These chairs were literally the comfiest chairs I've ever sat on, and I want some at home. Straight after lunch, I went back to the main pool and got a pina colada, but then we got kicked out because someone had a wedding. So I went to the side pool, which I really loved these little orange, like floating sunbeds. There was also these rainbow firework things going off as part of the ceremony. We were just walking to the buffet and we found out that it was closed because it's Mexican night, so we're coming to get the food instead. So this was us walking to the Mexican night, and it was only me, my brother and my dad because we think my mum had sunstroke or sun poisoning. One of the two. Wasn't pleasant, but the food was amazing. Okay, sauce, go! Try it, Harrison, please! Just to clarify, that was not the spiciest sauce ever, and that was a very dramatic reaction. So I actually don't know where my parents' room is, so I'm trekking through the hotel with a plate of coconut, and I don't know where to take it. Okay, I texted my dad, I found out it's 5312. I hope I knock on the right door. Otherwise some stranger might just answer the door and I'm holding a tray of coconut sweets. Okay, so I did get the right room, and turns out she has food poisoning or sunstroke, one of the two. But yeah, it's not looking good. But to be fair, she thinks it was the pizza we had at the Italian last night, but I've got a really sensitive tummy and I had the same pizza as her with the same toppings, so I think it must just be sunstroke because I'm absolutely fine, and if there was something wrong with that pizza, we would know about it by now. That lighting is questionable. It's got, what is this hair? So I just got back from dinner and it was pretty good, and they had these little coconut things which were amazing. So here is a haul of what I stole for Zav for when we get back home. We have 2, I don't know what they are. They look like they might have some sort of chocolate. Who knows? We have 6 Rolitos mango. Again, no description as to what it is, but it's mango flavoured, so Zav will probably like it. It might even be straight mango blended up for all I know, but yeah. 6 of those. And then Zav loves marzipan as well. Like, he will just eat like a block of it. We've sometimes on the weekly shopping we've had to buy a block of marzipan for him to eat. So it's just these tiny little marzipan. He would put this in his lunch to take to school if we had these at home, genuinely. But yeah, it's just little marzipans, and we have 5 of those. And I might go down because I basically cleared out the whole bowl that they had, and I might go down and get some more. Because I want some too, and I know that this is not going to be enough. But yeah, I took my mum the coconut things, and I think she might have to eat them in the morning because I'm not quite sure if she is in the state to be eating them tonight. I'm going to lay down for a bit and have some water because I don't want to get sunstroke too, because I've literally, like today I had, oh my gosh, I've had no water. I've had like a few sips at breakfast, a few sips of my lunch, about 3 Diet Cokes, a pina colada, a sip of this disgusting tequila. Oh my god. We went in, they were like, oh, do you want some tequila? I was like, okay, I'll try it, because I didn't know if I'd like it or not. Tell me why they give me a cup covered in salt, and I thought it was sugar. So there's me drinking this thing, and I'm like, oh, this will be nice, it's got pink sugar around the rim, this will be delicious. Take a sip of it. It tastes like the ocean's in my mouth. It was like straight salt water. I was like, oh my gosh, and it stuck to the roof of my mouth, and it was such an unpleasant experience. I will not be having it. What even was it? I think it was a margarita. I don't know, it had tequila and salt, and it was horrible, and I won't be doing that again. If I wanted salt water, the ocean is about a 3-minute walk that way. I would go and drink straight from the sea, not on my cup. So here I am waking up on my 5th day of the Mexico holiday, and this little bird came to visit me, and it sat there for genuinely like half an hour. And it made me so happy. I felt like Snow White or like a Disney princess having the bird sing to me. And after the bird finally flew away, we went down to breakfast. So I'm currently on my way to the beach. We've got a high ponytail with no part because I burnt the top of my head yesterday and it really, really stings. But it's a little bit cooler today, like it's 28 rather than 31. So it might be a little bit more bearable the heat today, but the UV is still going to 11 and I've got 3 days left to 10. So I wore, you can see the burn lines from yesterday, but I've worn like a backless top so I can try and even out the terrible line on my back. So then I just walked to the beach, and on the way there was this hot dog stand which always had iguanas waiting at it, and I always took pictures of these iguanas every morning, and eventually made my way to the beach. Just had a break in the room for a minute because I was way overheated in the sun, and now I'm going back down to sit the pool for a bit before we go for lunch. I basically cut my hair specifically to take pictures on the beach, and it's all fallen out, and I'm trekking across the hotel to get to the beach to take these photos with my non-curly hair, and the sun's already set. Despite having no curls left in my hair, I did manage to get my favourite pictures of the trip on this beach. Then after the very lengthy photo shoot, we went for dinner at Ma House, and I had a strawberry daiquiri, Caesar salad, French fries, and I had some veggie meatballs, but I did not take a video. So I just got back from dinner. I did manage to get my beach photos, so I was very happy. I basically sweated off all of my makeup because we were running around the beach taking these photos, and then they wanted family pictures, and it was so stressful. They've all gone to go and play pool, so I'm going to get my laptop out and do some more work, which this isn't the normal way to spend a holiday, but again, this was literally planned. I was added onto their holiday for the 3 of them literally 2 days before we flew, so had I known, I've got ahead on my schoolwork, but I had no idea, so I'm basically just trying my best to get everything done in the evenings here. So today's my last full day at the resort, and I'm so sad to be going, but I've just had breakfast and I'm going to head off to the beach to try and get a tiny bit more of a tan before I head off tomorrow. My flight's not till 8 PM though, so I do have the best part of the full day. So here I am walking to the beach, and I'm so sad this is one of my last times on this beach because it's probably the most beautiful beach I've ever been to. So I'm currently walking to the beach and there is literally no wind, it's just dead heat, it's so warm. I also barely filmed today because I was so focused on enjoying my last day of the holiday, so let's skip to dinner. So we're about to go for dinner and my mum has somehow got a mixture of salt water and sun cream in her eyes, and so we've been waiting for half an hour for her to do her makeup because she's got salt and sun cream in her eyes. We're going to go to the Italian restaurant and I think I'm going to get pasta this time because I've eaten so much pizza on this trip, it's actually ridiculous. For my starter, I had this really nice bruschetta with pesto, and then for my dessert, I had a panna cotta. I also had a spicy tomato vodka pasta and completely forgot to film it. Today is my 7th and final morning in Cancun, and I went down for, unfortunately, my last breakfast. So I'm just about to head off to check out. I'm taking all the cases to my parents' room to get everything together before I go back. So here are the masses of cases, and my beach bag is still in bed, and I'm going to come back and collect that before I go down to the pool. This was my last pina colada of the trip and my last time laying on the sun lounges, and then I walked to the pool to go to the little orange sunbeds for one last time, and it started raining. Like, what? Tell me why I'm sat at the pool and it just started pouring with rain. It's been perfectly sunny the whole time we're here. Like, the rain's cold, it's nice, but why is it raining? Like, I don't know if you can see all the little water droplets. Oh, there's water droplets on my camera lens apparently. Look, there's the rain. There appears to be a theme of me forgetting to record things, but once I got to the airport, I grabbed some quick food and boarded my flight. And this was my first long haul flight by myself. In fact, my first flight ever by myself, so I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And I watched Barbie and Anyone But You on the flight. And overall, I just had one of my best holidays ever.